All right, we are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the SmackTalk Wrestling Podcast, episode 9. We are back after a week off. This is the Wrestlemania preview / prediction show. Gonzo and Angel, welcome back. Missed you guys. How you guys doing?
Great. Glad to be back. Sorry, we weren't here last week. I think someone's birthday was last week, but it's all good.
Yeah, that guy's stupid. Gonzo, how you doing, bro? How was your vacay?
I wish I was still in Florida. I came back to thunderstorms and 30-degree weather after sitting in 70-degree weather and sunshine on an ocean front. So the Midwest is pretty awful right now.
Yo, that's shorts and hoodie weather. What are you talking about, bro? That's
Not
all
here.
Good for us. That's all good, man. Mitchell, thanks for joining, bud. We miss you guys too. We are glad to get in here for the WrestleMania prediction show. All right, we're just going to jump right in before we go with everything. If you guys are a first-time viewer, so what the show is a WWE podcast / live stream that we break down the entire week of pro wrestling in the WWE. In this case, we're going to break down our predictions for WrestleMania. You can find us on all social media to stream it. Or if you just like to listen, if you're just one of those guys who likes to listen on Spotify, you can find us on Spotify too. All right, so going into the show, let's discuss NXT Stand and Deliver. For the most part, the card is pretty much set in stone. It seems like we're getting 5 matches. Maybe we'll get a 6th. We'll see. But let's just start with the Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams rivalry and prediction. Gonzo, take us through that. So what do you got so far?
It's the main event. It overshadows even the NXT championship. That is now an afterthought. Dragunov is pushed off to the side, and they were hyping this up, this most recent episode of NXT with Booker T and CM Punk. And I think even John Cena was even featured in this highlight reel throughout the entire show.
Rhodes, it speaks a lot.
Mm-hmm. So for that to be, again, the main event of Stand and Deliver, I actually was my jaw dropped when I found that out. So I'm actually really excited. This has been definitely, several years in the making now to get to this point.
Is it the main event, or are just saying it's one of the main events?
Right.
Nope.
Where did you hear that?
Shawn Michaels himself. He was on the Busted Open podcast, and he did a 20 to 30 minute show with those gentlemen. And so he had identified that is the main event for NXT Stand and Deliver.
If it is, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think it might be, in my opinion, I think it might be one of the main events. But to have that be the main event, that's a little crazy to me, just because you're just shitting on all your championships. But
hey, take it up with the Heartbreak Kid himself. It came directly from his mouth.
I'm looking at WWE.com. It doesn't state what the main event is specifically yet. I'm looking at both matches, and neither one says main event on
this
it.
Busted Open podcast.
I feel like
I'm looking at NXT title.
I feel like we'll open the show, and we don't mention other podcasts on this show because we're the GOAT. So I'm just saying. But even though it is, Bubba Ray, that's my guy. But I personally think that it would be opening the show. That's how I would book it. I would definitely put Tony D and Ilya on the main event. But who knows? WWE has done this before, so We don't know. So, Angel, break down the rivalry. How do you feel about it? Is this something you look forward to? Is this your main event for NXT? What's your prediction? Take us through it.
I think it's probably the match that everyone wants to see the most of, just because of the history behind it at this point. Trick and Carmelo have become the two most iconic wrestlers in NXT at this point with their rivalry together. It's the most WWE feeling rivalry, I think you could say. It feels like a AAA or a premier WWE rivalry or match we're gonna see at Stand and Deliver. So I think I could see it being, as Gonzo said, the main card, but I don't know. That's kind of weird with the NXT title.
It's definitely has been the most promoted match out of it, which I could agree with Gonzo of it overshadowing the entire card, just because of how personal it is between them, how over they both are. I mean, Carmelo as a heel or a face is super over. Obviously, we see what Trick is. The whoop that trick movement is starting to rival the yes movement. I mean, everywhere you go. So I'm definitely excited to see in a bigger stage, because I assume Stand and Deliver is going to be in the same arena. I don't know where exactly it's going to be. But if it is, man, it's going to be nuts just hearing thousands and thousands of whoop that trick. But yeah, I really don't know if it's going to be the main event. These one of the main
We're gonna
events,
have to find out about
but but we shall see. WWE's done it before, so it would not shock
Yeah.
me if they don't put their championship. You know what I mean? It's just, it's kind of crazy to me, but
that's why I was breaking it down that way, because after Gonzo said that it's that Shawn Michaels might be doing this or whatever, WWE's doing this, it is the most WWE ready looking rivalry and match that they have, regardless of a title or not. So I could see it happening. Like you said, WWE's done it before, so
it's NXT's best story, hands down, right now, without a doubt. So I mean, it could happen. I mean, it's the one besides of course Tony D'Angelo later on. It's literally the most it's the biggest match I'm most excited for on NXT besides Tony D'Angelo getting his championship. So spoiler alert. But yeah, so all right, let's get to our official. If there's not anything else you guys want to talk about as far as Trick and Carmelo, Gonzo, what is your prediction? Carmelo versus Trick, who wins?
We're going to go with the whoop that trick movement, and he's going to be the individual that's going to go over. That place is going to come unglued at 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 p.m., wherever you're at in the United States. If you're overseas, it's going to be even later, earlier than that. So that's my take on who's going to come home in that match.
Angel?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Trick. It's leaning that way. Ever since Hayes attacked him after he lost his NXT title, right? And that was like the real ending of their friendship or whatever, So I think it's gonna be Trick.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a clean sweep for all of us. The whoop that trick movement will go over, and I think Carmelo after that is done with NXT. I don't think their rivalry should continue afterwards. I think it should be a one and done, and he's gone. All right, moving on. We have the NXT Championship title match. We got the Wolf Dogs not knowing who they're defending against yet. So on this week of NXT, we have a triple threat number one contenders tag team match. The OC, the LWO, and Axiom and Frazier. So who gets the number one contender to face the Wolf Dogs? Gonzo.
Well, I'm going to say it's the OC. I have been saying this for weeks. I've been most intrigued since they've come on down. Even Alpha Flight, when they actually made an appearance on this most recent week of NXT, was actually pretty interesting with Otis. But not to veer off too far to the right, it's the OC. There's a lot that I'd like to see with how you're going to see veteran talent where Braun Breaker is going to be able to now display if he now is main event ready, just to again put that on full display. So let's see how this then turns out.
Angel.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Gonzo. I mean they're throwing the LWO in there, which is cool. But yeah, I just see it. I see the OC.
So the OC wins the number one contender match.
Right. Yeah, I see OC taking it.
All right, I think that's a clean sweep just because of how much TV time they've been getting, really emphasizing that they're doing kind of a reset for themselves. So I think the OC are definitely going to stand and deliver to face the Wolf Dogs. So now that we all have that in agreement and established, Wolf Dogs.
Is AJ still?
He's not with them. No.
Right. That's pretty much done at this point. Okay, I just wanted to clarify that part.
No.
Okay.
All right, so we're all in agreement that we got the Wolf Dogs versus the OC at Stand and Deliver. Gonzo, who wins?
Oh, gosh. How wild would it be if, again, UC Breaker and the Lone Wolf retain those titles? Because, again, you're seeing them still bicker back and forth. I'm going to go with the Mud Dogs as retaining those titles.
All right, Wolf Dogs retain. Angel?
Oh man, this one's tough for me. No matter who they face, even if we're wrong about the OC, it's a weird situation. I don't know why Braun Breaker needs this anymore, but at the same time, I don't see what they're doing with him in the main on the main show. So
Squash match,
it's
man.
all
He's a
about
squash match king, bro. What are you talking about?
it's basically whatever that means. It's basically what's Braun Breaker's future at this point. You're not going to. It's basically all on Braun Breaker and what they think he's going to do, because I don't think he's going to be doing part-time stuff much longer. Like once WrestleMania is done with, there's going to be a lot more room for guys to start growing, and storylines are going to collapse and things are going to unfold differently, after the season's done. So I could see them losing it. I really can, because I don't see the point of this tag team anymore. I don't see the point of him having this title. I think it's time for him to move on from NXT in general. So I don't know. I'd see them losing. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good thing for NXT itself, but I think Braun is the key factor here, and it's going to be what happens, what they choose to do for him. I think they're going to lose.
All right, so Gonzo has the Wolf Dogs retaining. Angel has the Wolf Dogs losing to the OC. Once again, it doesn't really matter who wins that triple threat. I just think the OC is the most over tag team of those three in that triple threat in regards to popularity and able to cut promos and stuff, which is what NXT needs when the OC beats the Wolf Dogs for the championship, because we are entering a new era, a post-Bloodline era, spoiler alert for later on in the show, and Braun Breaker needs to get himself full-time on SmackDown into legitimate storylines since he is now called up. So Wolf Dogs will lose to the OC or whoever decides to win that triple threat match, but I think it's the OC.
So you're on the same page as me pretty much.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah, it's all about Breaker at this point. It's all him.
Yeah, it's all on Braun Breaker. I think it's time. Like I said, we're entering a new era. Finally, post Bloodline. Once again, spoiler alert, but we'll get to that later. Next, we got the NXT North American Championship. Angel's boy Obafemi. I mean, David's boy Obafemi.
Dave, yeah.
My bad. Correction. Calm down. We have a triple threat match. Obafemi defending against Angel's boy Dijak and Josh Briggs. So this kind of like trio rivalry type deal had just came up out of nowhere within the past couple weeks. But I'm just all for it because Obafemi is like my favorite big man in the game right now, so I'm all for it. But Gonzo, tell me about this rivalry. How do you like it? Is this a match that you're really looking forward to? And ultimately, obviously, your prediction for this match.
Like Josh Briggs is super, super random. He just got thrown into this, right? Because he's seen his friend get unfortunately manhandled.
Yeah.
They used to be a tag team together.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, he just literally stood there and watched his friend get decimated. So all of a sudden, okay, cool. Now you're in the title picture. So
I was about to say, that's all it takes to get a title shot.
I mean, Dijak, he's been doing some amazing matches here for probably the last several months, and I've been totally captivated by Dijak. So there's a part of me that really wants to see Dijak put on a good show. He's probably going to hit a ridiculous spot because that moonsault that he did versus Joe Gacy several weeks ago off the top of that cage was insane. So Obafemi, M'Baku, I mean, he's probably going to eat the flower, going to put on the armor, and he's going to do some wonderful things as well for the Wakanda Forever. I don't know if you noticed in the crowd, but they do the Wakanda Forever.
They do.
As who's going to win this match?
What is it?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm going to eliminate Briggs from winning that title. I just don't see him being able to pull this off. And it possibly could be a coin flip, Dijak or Obafemi, but I'll be selfish. I'm going to continue to go with Obafemi as he continues to just display his dominance.
Okay. Angel, anything you want to add in regards to this little trio rivalry before you make your prediction?
Gonzo, me and Gonzo are pretty much on the same page on this one. We can actually agree here. I do like Dijak a lot. Josh Briggs is, I don't know. It'd be weird if he wins. I really don't see that happening. It'll be very strange. But Oba's, a great big man. So I could see him retaining that. Can I do my prediction or no?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Oba's going to retain.
Okay.
But it'd be Dijak would be deserving if he got it. Like I could see him. It's almost 50-50, but I'm going to pick Oba to retain for sure.
Okay, cool. So WWE clearly just has a hard on for Josh Briggs just because he's so huge. That's literally the only thing. I kind of wish they never broke up his tag team, but I mean, it is what it is. But that's the only reason why he's getting like this little mini push is because he's so huge. It's just another guy that fits the WWE mold. And why not put him in this match just because they like what he looks like? But he has 0% chance of winning this match. You guys keep saying you guys love Dijak. Go look up Dominic Dijakovic, his old name in NXT, and you will love him even more. His rivalry with Keith Lee for this specific championship was arguably one of my favorite rivalries of all time. Yes, not NXT, of all time. That's how good that rivalry was. So definitely,
Nice.
I know you guys are new to NXT, this year. I want you guys, if you guys have a chance, I know we have a lot of shit we got to watch, but go back and watch that rivalry.
How long has he been in NXT?
3-4 years, maybe longer.
Okay.
But yeah, so definitely go watch Dijak Keith Lee rivalry. Absolutely amazing rivalry. I wish we still had that. But anyway, I'm kind of saddened that I feel like Dijak also has no chance in this match because of how over and what they're pushing Obafemi. So my pick is Obafemi, just for the record, to retain the championship. I kind of wish just like Dijak wasn't even in this match, or if at least just a one-on-one, because Josh Briggs does seem out of place. But I felt like Dijak should have faced Gacy in this Stand and Deliver, and that should have been their blow off, not that couple weeks ago. Because that rivalry was so crazy and insane, and even Joe Gacy still appearing here and there, throwing chairs off the freaking top of buildings this past week. If you didn't watch that, like him just creeping underneath and like those little things that he's still involved, which makes me believe that he's going to be involved in this match in some type of way.
I was just about to ask you that. You think he's going to show up for this?
Definitely,
match?
because
Yeah.
triple threat and fatal four ways are no DQ. So 100%.
Right.
So, but yeah, Obafemi does retain. Moving on, NXT Women's Championship match. We got Lyra Valkyria defending against Roxanne Perez, who never lost the championship. Gonzo, explain or give me your thoughts on this rivalry, and give me your thoughts on this rivalry, and give me your prediction.
I'm actually intrigued. What's that say? Oh, the zero fade. Look at that. I love it. I lost my train of thought. But what I was going to say is that Roxanne Perez and Lyra Valkyria, I'm very intrigued by this ever since we have a heel turn for Miss Perez. And so she's 23, right? The Prodigy.
The Prodigy, yeah.
So I'm always been very much so intrigued by heels more than I have been faces and anti-heroes. And so the moment that had occurred and the possibility of her breaking Lyra's arm or her elbow a couple weeks ago, this whole heel turn, I am pushing for the Prodigy to come atop of this bout that two women have heading into this. So this one's going to be pretty. This is just a straight up singles match, right? There's no
straight up singles match,
Straight
no
singles,
stipulations, no death matches, none of that shit.
So, yeah, no, I'll stay with that. Roxanne Perez will be my pick going into this. This is going to be probably a 20 to 25-minute clinic that these two ladies are going to put on.
Okay. And what was your prediction? Did I miss it?
I had said that Roxanne Perez was going to be the one that was going to go over in this match.
Okay. Roxanne Perez gets her title back. All right. Angel, do you want to add anything, your thoughts on this rivalry, likes, dislikes, or just prediction?
Yeah. Again, I'm kind of with Gonzo here. So the last time they faced off, it was at Vengeance, and that it was interrupted.
Right? Yeah, it turned into a triple threat match.
Right. Yeah, and that's how Lyra got to win. So I'm going to have to go with Roxanne. I think she cuts promos at a different rate than everyone else in NXT in the women's division. And I just see her, finishing her story at this point that she never got to finish the last time they fought for this. So I got Roxanne as well.
Okay. Not really much I want to add to this. I do love Roxanne's heel turn. I love that she's playing into the fact that she never lost that title due to injury. There's not really much I want to add to it as far as what you guys have said. I absolutely love the Prodigy, but it's not her time to get her title back. So I'm getting Lyra Valkyria to retain and this rivalry to continue. That's my out there. Yep.
At least we have a difference for once. We were going pretty smooth there as a group.
We do. All right. Now to my thinking, that is the actual main event, but
Shawn Michaels says otherwise.
We'll see what happens. NXT Championship match: Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon, defending his championship against the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo. Gonzo, tell me about the rivalry, likes, dislikes leading up to their championship match, and give me your prediction.
I mean, Tony D'Angelo may be getting a contract here to go to Hollywood. I mean, if he continues to play this mafia mob boss to perfection like this, we may not see him again.
It's my favorite character.
I know when Michaels was talking about the Trick and Mello, about he was giving heavy praise to Tony D'Angelo. And so this is going to be fireworks for sure, because Tony D'Angelo being able to basically create this family and now give it the substance with the storytelling, but then also the presence now. Whether he drives a Hyundai or whether he drives, a Bentley, it doesn't matter anymore. This is a rising superstar at this point in time. As far as Dragunov goes, I just haven't really been that behind Dragunov. I think he overdoes it for me a little bit too much with his selling in the ring. But again, that's more a preference. But
okay, but you love The Rock flipping 37 times on a stunner?
Well, we're not back in 1999 anymore.
Okay, guy.
So
you said current, so I'm staying current right now.
I'm just saying, dude. Like, go on with your whatever.
Don't be surprised if Dragunov has a stroke or some crap in the ring one of these days. So anyway, back to my predictions for this match. As far as Dragunov essentially looking, it's like he's gonna get consumed by D'Angelo and the family, right? He's not this very strong presence. It's almost like the family has made him look very minuscule. And so as far as the Mad Dragon being able to pull off a win, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, you know what, he will be able to retain that title.
Okay. Angel, thoughts on this rivalry leading up, and your prediction?
Yeah. So real quick, Gonzo, you are right. According to SI.com, Sports Illustrated, he did say this on the 28th. Shawn Michaels, he said, Trick Williams' Carmelo Hayes story has been a driving force of NXT over the past several months. It deserves to be a main event in what is sure to be a main event. No, I'm sorry. It deserves to be the main event of what is sure to be a memorable NXT Stand and Deliver.
Oh, wow.
It's confirmed by this. Yeah, he said on the 28th.
That's crazy, man. How do you overshadow your championship?
This is according to Sports Illustrated. So yeah, it's pretty legit.
That's going to be a hot topic of discussion for sure, though.
As the main event, or excuse me, as the NXT
this is probably going to open the show.
This is the
title
match.
Yep, this is the opener.
This is the cruiserweight title that's going to start the show off now, unfortunately.
So,
what's up, Derek? Thanks for joining, my guy.
What's up, D? Tony D deserves to take this title and just run with NXT wild, I believe. I know Trick and Mello they're such big names right now and such big heat behind them, but Tony D getting this title, being able to tell stories with him, I just see a lot that can happen. He can be intertwined with Trick and Mello. We've already seen them do that a little bit. So I think Tony D is going to get this.
Okay.
Deciding factor.
For me, besides the Trick and Carmelo main event storyline, this has been my favorite storyline in NXT. I feel like this is the second most promoted match as opposed to everything else that we have on the card. So with that being said, I'm really excited for this match. Leading up to the rivalries, I mean, just the mobster role that Tony D'Angelo has done, with taking Dragunov on a ride to the bridge, making him walk home, scaring the daylights out of him. Like, in his Hyundai, which is a very expensive car, by the way. I mean, NXT doesn't have Bentley money, Gonzo. I'm just saying. But, if he was on Raw, maybe. But, I mean,
They
just
need
those
$1 million belt.
That's
You
fine.
know.
I like the continuity here. At least they have that going for them.
adding his new conciliary. I mean, the story is just phenomenal. He even invited him to dinner on this Tuesday. I can't wait for that segment on Tuesday. Like, I wonder how that's going to go down. It's not like your typical like contract signing, which they already signed the contract. I already know, but something different in regards to WWE. So this is why it's so amazing to me. But as I look at the landscape of NXT, you got Braun Breaker leaving. I think we're all in agreement. It's time for him to just leave NXT behind. We also have Carmelo Hayes leaving, assuming, he leaves Trick alone, and it is what it is. So looking at the landscape of the main event NXT title picture, Trick Williams, who else?
As far as leaving? Title.
Title.
Sorry.
So who's in the title picture right now with those guys leaving, right? So you would have not yet.
Oba or Dijak. That's
Oba, Dijak, Sean Spears.
Not yet.
You've got Lexus King.
There.
Not yet.
I mean, you said who's in the picture, so
I'm just saying, not yet.
Mean, you only really need 3 or 4.
Briggs,
right?
you're going to put Briggs in there. Why not since he's getting pushes?
Do you really need that many, though? I mean, WWE is...
Well, that's why I said...
titles, too, in WWE.
Well, this is why I said Dragunov needs to retain the title, because I would rather see a little bit more story building and a couple more months of them doing this.
This is why I asked the question, because as much as I love Tony D'Angelo, I think he needs to lose this match and continue chasing and have this be a long-term rivalry while other stars develop into main event contenders. So I think Ilya Dragunov retains, but the story of their rivalry continues as we get other people getting ready for the main event picture. And I want to see some more of the Don's just savagery control over the NXT and see what he does to maybe demand another chance at the title. So I'm going Ilya Dragunov.
I think you're thinking of this as a WWE event versus an NXT event. To me, the best thing for NXT to do is to get Tony D the title, because
I would love it.
This is their chance. This is like the test. Like, okay, we've seen what you've done without a title. We've seen how you've gotten yourself into the title picture. Now we need to see what you do with a title and how you can tell this story and how you can make these rivalries big as the champ. I think chasing it, I mean, it can make it better for the show. Like, us as viewers, we probably would love that more. But I feel like for WWE as an NXT event, as NXT story, they want to see Tony D with a title to see what he can do with it, in my opinion.
Yeah. You're entitled to your opinion.
He'll buy a second Hyundai. Can't wait.
So, maybe if he wins that championship, he shows up in a Bentley, or we'll see. All right. That was NXT Stand and Deliver predictions. Let's move on. We're going to take a little break and play our Push Berry Fire weekly game. Before we get into it, do you guys have any requested Push Berry Fires, or are we just doing your own?
I did not have any specifics this time around.
I did not either.
All right, so before we do this one, I have a request from some random person on the TikTokies, and we're going to do that first. Some random on the TikToks. So we're going to do that one first. Let me pull up my notes again. So this one was entitled WrestleMania Shocking Moments. So I thought that was pretty cool because we're in WrestleMania week.
Austin turning heel.
So this one, WrestleMania Shocking Moments, you're going to push Berry Fire Kofi Mania.
Kofi Mania.
Okay. Zack Ryder's Intercontinental Championship ladder match win.
Yep.
Zack Ryder. IC win?
IC title win in that ladder match. Or the Hardy Boy return at WrestleMania to win the tag team championships in that ladder match.
Speaking of Zack Ryder, he just came back.
Matt Cardona, he was on AEW.
Yeah, saw that.
I think it's just a one-off, though.
Yeah, I thought so too. I mean, I'm not too into that story right now, but yeah.
He's
Trying
not
to
under
figure out what it
contract
was.
yet.
Yeah.
He's dubbed the indie god right now. He's making so much money on the indies, so I doubt he'll come back unless
Good
he
for
gets
him
like a
though.
big time.
Good for him.
Unless he gets like a big time money from either AEW or WWE, I think he's gonna stay in the indies for right now.
Yeah, he's just promoted himself really well. That's good for him.
All right, yeah. So Pushberry Fire, guys. WrestleMania surprise moments. Gonzo, you first.
Surprise moments.
Me first, huh? Let's see here. We're going to fire Kofi Kingston. I could care less about his push. Zack Ryder is getting buried, and then the Hardy Boy return is one of my all-time favorite moments in any type of wrestling return.
Okay.
That was the Delete Boys as far as Brother Nero and Matt Hardy, but they couldn't use those specific names at that point. With what Matt Hardy was doing at the time, because I was heavily following, that was probably one of the best redevelopment of his character that he's ever had. And the fact that Vanguard 1 unfortunately did not make it to WWE, that pop, though, I remember watching that with a couple people, and we were all just looking at each other hoping that it would happen. But again, it was WWE. We weren't necessarily going to see that. And then, of course, bam, there it went. But yeah, Zack Ryder winning that ladder match, he wasn't even supposed to be in that match, and he ultimately just made the surprise because everyone just assumed that, again, he was just going to job that out. I know he lost the title the very next night, unfortunately, but the fact that he won it that night was pretty amazing. And then for Kofi Mania, I don't remember anything from it because I didn't care about anything he did.
Wow.
What I do remember was him getting buried by Brock Lesnar, and that made me happy.
Wait, what?
That's how he lost his title.
Championship.
I know, but like, why did that make you like? What was so cool about that for you?
Because
the match lasted like 10 seconds.
Because David,
I know, I've seen it before, but I'm asking
because David likes traffickers.
Why you liked it? That's what I'm wondering.
He's back on the main roster.
Because David likes traffickers. That's why.
I don't like P Diddy.
Why did you like the burying of Kofi at a 10-second match?
I have no emotional investment in Kofi Mania other than him doing his Rumble spots.
Just the Rumble jumps and
Rumble jumps. What else does he have besides Rumble jumps?
Oh man, come on, man. That's okay.
Zack Ryder is an underdog. Come on, you want to actually push for him.
I love Zack Ryder. Yeah, I do.
Brother Nero and Vanguard 1 with the Delete Mania there. That's too much.
I know, but okay.
Kofi trash. I don't know who that is, but I finally have someone. That's what I like to hear. Perfect.
All right, Angel, Pushberry Fire, same deal. Let's move it along.
Yeah, I'm gonna push Kofi, bury the Hardy ladder match, and unfortunately fire the Zack Ryder IC title, and not because it wasn't great or it was a very cool surprise moment, especially for Zack Ryder because he barely got any love while he was in WWE, or the love that he should have received. But it's just the way I felt about it. I think Kofi Mania was really cool. It's sad that it ended so quickly. I think people don't realize how hard it is to get in a match that Kofi got to get even a chance to do that at his size. And like, he's not the typical, especially during that McMahon era, that was not a guy that you see even get a chance like that, right? When we think of McMahon champs, they're very few and far between that are Kofi style. So, I mean, how many have we seen like that? It's just doesn't exist. So to me, that's number one. And then the Hardys, of course, it's all time. It's a great moment. You know, we're nostalgic. We're biased to the Hardy Boys forever. And Zach it was a great moment too. It just happens to be just the third part of these three for me.
Okay, you guys both make amazing points. Not really much to add there. But
you're pushing Zack Ryder.
I am going with crowd pop as my deciding factor here. All right. Mm-hmm. So unfortunately, as much as I'm in agreement that Gonzo is talking out of his ass when it comes to Kofi, I'm also firing Kofi. But you better give Kofi his flowers because you're ridiculous.
Not on this one.
In crowd pops, I am going to bury the Hardys. While yes, it was amazing, I popped. I had goosebumps. It was definitely a surprise because that wasn't even on the dirt sheets. Like that was just like a wow type moment. That was amazing, but I'm gonna keep it though because of how iconic that moment was. But Angel says we are biased, and I'm gonna move away from that, and I'm gonna go Zack Ryder because that place erupted so loud that the cameras were shaking. That's how loud everyone was not expecting Zack Ryder to number one be in that match, let alone win that match. And that is the reason why I choose that one. It was unfortunate that he had even worse of a Kofi treatment because he lost the title the very next day. But having that match for him, especially him being the internet champion at that point and doing literally nothing and losing, that was an absolute fantastic WrestleMania surprise moment. So that's what I'm going with. All right, so let's get into our own push berry fires. Gonzo, go ahead and present your push berry fire to Angel A-OK Gaming.
Oh, me? Okay, hold on. All right, go ahead.
No, that's fine. So yeah, my pushberry fire is actually going to be catchphrases for you.
Oh,
so this one should be actually quite
Angel's
entertaining.
fucking face. He's like, "What about?" He's like, "Why am I getting this?"
I have 4 different ones. So
4?
Yep. I wasn't quite sure who I'd be allowing this to have their ears hear this
What's
first.
the 4th option? Like,
whoa, what? There's a
eliminate from
pushberry
birth?
fire, so it's like, what's
Yeah,
the
no.
fourth?
I've got 6. I got 12 total.
So pushberry fire.
No.
Like-
I'm gonna pick one. I'm just saying I've got 4 options here that I can pick from.
I thought you were making me pick from 4. I was like,
dude,
that's tough, man. Come on.
No. I'm not gonna be that terrible. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a funny one first. We're gonna do Vicky Guerrero's "Excuse Me," Val Venus's "Hello, Ladies," and R-Truth's "What's Up."
That's a good one. Love it. This was fantastic, Gonzo. Love it.
Truth, what's up? Okay, at least it's not what. All right.
No, that's a given. That's already goated. It's I don't even know why I put that in there.
I think it's ruined wrestling kind of sometimes, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, excuse me, hello ladies, what's up?
Hey, that kind of flowed. Excuse me, hello ladies, what's up? Like, I'm just saying, dude. Like, I mean, you can make a song out of anything these days. People just
these are iconic. Man, I think I'm gonna push. Excuse me. I feel like the excuse me era, like when she came out, bro, and just I'm not even gonna imitate it because it's so annoying. Like at that when she would scream "excuse me," like it was worse than Dom's boos. Like it was so horrible. Everybody hated hearing that. It was insane. So I'm gonna have to push the "excuse me" for Vicky because it's just in my brain. Like it sears into your brain, that voice. And then the second one, they're both really good. Hello Ladies was, hilarious during the time. I don't know if it would work now in 2024 with our current politically correct time we live in. So I'll have to say What's Up would be buried and Hello Ladies would be fired, unfortunately. Though Val Venus had a great gimmick.
You got to request, my guy.
No, it's not.
Nah, dude. Don't disappoint the viewers, bro.
No, we're not.
Do the excuse me for the viewers. That's a direct request right now.
You have to do it. Nope. Let's go,
My
guys.
voice can't even go.
Do it. Even Derek wants it.
Chat, get him going. No, he has to do it. This is a WrestleMania. Let's go. This is a wrestling show, and you have to do it.
Vicky Guerrero came out, like they'd be in the middle of the ring.
And she would come out and do what?
She would
do what?
Was she what was she during that time? Or
annoying.
Was she just a manager?
Do it for the Vine.
Do it for the Vine, bro.
I can't. Okay, but real quick, was she a GM for SmackDown or anything like that? I can't.
She was, but when she did the excuse me, she was a GM, but then she transitioned into the Cougar gimmick and managing Dolph Ziggler.
The Dolph Ziggler, that's the one. That's the one. It was with Dolph Ziggler.
But don't change the subject. Yeah, there we go. All right,
We'll
take it. We'll take it.
It's
we'll
terrible.
Take it. Clipping that shit. Oh, then we'll take it. That's good.
Her mouth all freaking screaming. Oh god. Okay. Anyway, is it my turn now? Or are you gonna go? Or you want to go? Or you want to do these real quick, Mark?
I 100 million% agree with you.
Like, okay. All right. Cool.
All
All right.
You gotta
So
push
it's
to
my turn.
excuse me. Like,
Yeah, you have to. All right. Is it for you, Mark? Am I giving it to you?
yes. You are
All right.
presenting it to me. Yes.
So we're in WrestleMania week. So I'm just gonna give you this one.
Oh, is he gonna
You're
take
going
mine?
to push, bury, fire the 3 most important matches of this upcoming WrestleMania.
This guy literally just took my push berry fire.
For real?
All right, go on. What are we gonna do? Go ahead.
Sorry, we'll give you extra time. The tag match, the WWE title, and the World Heavyweight Championship match.
Oh, this year's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, re-say it. I thought you were doing Pat. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Redo your
No,
push berry
not
fire.
past.
My
Upcoming.
apologies. My apologies. Do it again. Push berry fire. Current matches of what?
Of this coming WrestleMania. It's the Bloodline matches. Well,
Okay.
no, not technically. Never mind. It's not Bloodline match. It's the big matches. The tag team match between the Bloodline and Cody and Seth.
Okay.
The WWE Universal title match, Cody versus Roman, and the World Heavyweight Championship, Seth versus McIntyre.
Very easy.
Okay, go ahead.
The Bloodline's too much involved in this damn WrestleMania, so we're gonna fire that tag match. Don't care.
Oh wow!
Although
the greatest tag match ever assembled, according to
that's exactly why.
Rock?
That's exactly why. Although I we'll get into it later, but they've spun this into something that has been fantastic. We'll get into it later, but I'm burying that, or I'm firing that. I'm burying the Seth and Drew McIntyre because we got to have that heel Drew. Absolutely phenomenal. I want to see the heel Drew run. Can't wait to see that the day after Raw. And we need to push this Cody versus Roman because Roman needs to lose. So we absolutely have to have that happen. That's what we're doing. So, all right. Gonzo, you want to do this one or?
Give me the options again.
Tag match.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
It's the 3 biggest matches of the weekend, Gons. The 2 title matches, WWE Universal World Heavyweight Championship, and then the tag match for night 1. Those
God, I have to somehow push Barry fire one of these.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by all of them. I want to push them all. That's how excited I am about them.
You can't, bro. That's why we're doing it.
God, I guess.
Your favorite players are all in these, bro.
Man, I guess we got to just fire Seth Rollins' title, even though that in itself is going to be pretty amazing now. But that pains me to say because I'm pushing, of course, Cody Rhodes and Roman's main event. I want to see that, so therefore I have to slightly bury the tag match in order to get my ending with the main event. So that's just my logic with that.
Okay.
The final boss has made this very intriguing for me.
The final boss.
The final boss is on AEW. Just saying, Kazuchika Okada, I'm on your side, homie. Anyway, that was pretty good. That was fun. That was intriguing. Gonzo, I'm gonna give you some big men to push Barry Fire because you love those big men lately.
I do.
We're gonna go Vader, Mark Henry as
Sexual Chocolate,
and Rikishi.
Oh wow.
It's sexual, baby.
Wasn't he sleeping with Mae Young?
Yeah, they had a baby. Where you been?
Oh my God. We're gonna push Mark Henry. I never thought I'd ever say that, but we're gonna push the sexual chocolate to the moon.
Oh wow.
Thank you for unlocking that hidden memory for me.
Yeah,
as far as burying, we're gonna bury Vader, and then we're gonna fire Rikishi. I'd be really intrigued to see what Vader potentially could do in today's current landscape with athletic pushing Mark Henry, vandalizing Mae Young to the moon.
You're wild.
Wow.
I would love to see what Vader could do in today's era of being able to be a Josh Briggs, right? These big men that can do moonsaults and flips and what have you. So that'd be my logic with it. It's tough because I love Rikishi. The spot that he did where he almost died at the Hell in the Cell Armageddon is one of the most iconic. And then him flying off the cage match, squishing. Who did he squish in that cage match?
In the that little tractor thing that he felt.
No,
that
no,
he
no, no,
fell
no, no.
in?
It's a separate match where he literally flies off the cage and he squishes someone's soul.
Oh, I don't remember. I know the Hell in a Cell when he got thrown off.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Taker
went, he
threw him
went
off.
into that. Yeah. So
But
I don't
there's
remember
Oh,
that.
Mark Henry?
No, 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 no.
No,
Rikishi. There's a separate
Oh,
match where
Kichi.
he comes flying off the cage and he kills somebody. All 450 pounds of them.
Oh man,
I don't
sounds
remember.
familiar.
If
Was it
anyone in the
Kane?
comments knows, no,
I don't
you
remember.
kidding? Triple H would never take a spot like that.
No, I said Kane.
Oh, Kane.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I don't
We'd
know.
have to. We'd have to look it up. Chat, look it up while we continue the show.
Triple
If
H
you
don't
can.
work on
Absolutely.
Tuesdays. You think he's gonna take a shot from Rikishi? No.
Angel,
All right. I'll give
Are
you.
you hold on, Angel? Are you in agreement with his? Because I don't know how we're firing Rikishi, but
I'm pushing Rikishi,
okay,
bearing Mark Henry, firing Vader.
yeah, that's
Vader's
the
a Hall of
correct
Famer.
answer. That's nice.
Oh, okay.
I
No
don't
love.
give a damn. It's who I like. I don't care who's in the Hall of Fame.
Cave
The hell?
Vince. Jesus. Sounded like
Yeah.
Mr. McMahon right there.
You know who else is
Dude,
in the Hall of Fame?
Everybody's in the Hall of Fame, dude. Come on. That Hall of Fame is
Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame. I don't
dude,
care
that Hall of Fame is the baseball Hall of Fame. MLB. Everyone's in. It's not that big of a deal.
unless you took steroids.
The people that should be in the Hall of Fame aren't. Yeah.
Boy Meets World Vader. I was just about to say that. Thank you. That's right.
It's really-
Hey man, he was a Boy Meets World star. All right, Gonzo, go ahead. What do you got for me?
This is reverse order, right? So it goes to you
That's
now.
correct. That's correct.
Okay. All right. We're gonna do catchphrases for you. I'll save these other ones for another time.
Okay.
So this is what I will give you then. No, you'll crap all over that one. I'm not gonna do that one yet. That's for Angel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let me crap
No,
on it, dude.
no, that one's for Angel.
Dude.
We'll do this one instead. Okay, so Ric Flair's Woo, Stone Cold Steve Austin's Give Me a Hell Yeah, and then of course the final boss is If You Smell What the Rock is Cooking. Push, Berry, Fire. One of those phrases.
Why do I get the easy shit ones? Like
You want the other one? I'll give you the
No,
other one
forget
because
it.
it's
The other
you're,
one.
no, you're gonna
No,
immediately fire.
we got to keep going with the show. No, it's
No,
fine.
no,
It's
this-
fine.
this is quick.
I'm
This is
pushing
quick.
Woo. I'm pushing Woo. I'm
Thank
burying. Of course. How do you not push Woo?
I was gonna say you have to.
And you said that's the bottom line.
Give me a hell yeah, and then
Oh,
if
give
you
me a
smell
hell
what the
yeah.
rock
Cooking.
is cooking.
Cooking.
Do you
cooking.
smell what the rock is cooking? Bearing and give me a hell yeah is firing.
Do you want the other one since this is gonna be a flash round for you?
No, it's okay. We want to keep this going. Save it for next week.
I'm gonna give it to you anyway. So here you go. We're
What
gonna
part of
double
save?
up.
Oh my god.
We'll
All
double it up. All right. So this is the other one that I already know where you're gonna fire. So we're gonna do Razor Ramon's Hey Yo, Paul Bear's Oh Yes, and then Hulk Hogan's Brother.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Firing brother. Fuck that guy.
Hulk Hogan's brother?
He's like, let me tell you something, brother. That's what he's talking about.
Oh my god.
Firing that shit. We're burying the oh
So you want Razor? You're pushing that to the moon. The Hey Yo.
yeah. The Ayo. And you take the toothpick and you flick it. Goated. Goated.
Oh.
Wow.
No, I'm gonna have to. No, I don't
Brother
agree with
is
that.
not the only thing Hulk Hogan is known for saying. Oh, I know that, brother. He also says he ain't losing the match tonight. Match tonight, what?
Oh, he sent something. We'll have to check that another time then.
Yeah, we'll do that later off camera. All right, Angel, your Pushberry Fire. We're gonna keep with the WrestleMania theme of moments. All right. So we're gonna go with the WrestleMania 17, the Hardy Edge spearing Jeff Hardy off the 20-foot ladder.
Yeah.
If you remember that. If you remember that. All right.
Oh, yeah.
WrestleMania 18, Icon versus Icon, Rock and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That moment, more specifically, when they just stand there for like 10 minutes and
just stare at the crowd and each other.
And the crowd just never. Or one of my personal favorites, the Shawn Michaels, I'm sorry, I love you, to Ric Flair. Super kick.
Michaels versus Flair. But which one was that one in? Which
Oh.
WrestleMania was that? I don't remember.
WrestleMania 24?
That was when we were, I think, in 8th grade. We didn't watch wrestling then.
WrestleMania 24? Let me Google.
No,
We did watch that.
I'm pretty sure we did, bro. That was
Yeah,
after the Edge
WrestleMania
and Jeff.
WrestleMania
Yeah.
24.
That's after these. Yeah. Okay.
WrestleMania 24.
Okay. Sorry, I was reading Derek's comments. Jeff Edge. It was Jeff that he speared, right?
Yeah, he speared Jeff, yes.
Right.
Jeff was hanging on the titles.
Right. Oh
And
man,
then
this one's tough, man.
yeah.
These are some iconic moments. All right. I'm gonna push. Oh man, this is crazy. You know what's funny? Last night I saw Bad Bunny, and he was
Did he jump
acting
off
like
a ladder?
no, he might as well, right? Do a sunset. But anyways, he was acting like Hulk Hogan. He would stop in The Rock. He would stop and look around the crowd and just get cheered on like he was them. Like he is completely taken on the persona of a wrestler, and he's taken that whole persona and made it his like character, like of Bad Bunny. He went like this to the crowd, like 10 times. It was ridiculous.
Well, he
So
just
I'm gonna have
lost a
to
fan.
push. I'm gonna have to push Rock versus Hogan only because of how iconic that moment is, and those two guys influenced an entire generation, multiple generations. And I don't even think that that's my favorite moment of these three, but I'm pushing it because of the magnitude of it. I know Dave likes this match a lot. I'm not a big fan of this match itself personally, but it's just too impactful. Anyway, then I would probably go the Jeff and Edge spear. That was the coolest thing we ever saw as kids, was that spear off the ladder, like midair. That was some Spider-Man freaking superhero stuff. Like you'd never see that anywhere. What other show can you go to and see something like that? Anywhere. Live or on TV live. Like it just doesn't happen. And then the Michaels and Flair moment is super iconic. I love that. But I'm gonna have to fire it, unfortunately, just because the other two moments have that kind of weight with them. So but all three are amazing.
Interesting. All right, Gonzo, you want to weigh in real quick before we move on?
The Edge spear was the first time at that point that a national television or at least audience had seen anything like that, right? Because that's the second TLC match.
TLC 2, WrestleMania 17.
As far as that spot. So if we're talking about moments, it's that, and it's the icon versus icon. I mean, it's either one of those. You know, Flair and Michaels, I don't really care about that all too much. But those two, for what they represented, because again, the reality and the history is Hogan is coming into that as the bad guy. And all of a sudden, the crowd just goes the different direction. And all of a sudden, he's getting cheered and Rocky's getting booed. So the ability of The Rock to immediately then switch gears and then take on, again, Hollywood Rock at points, it was tremendous. So doesn't
that bother you that The Rock took on a Hollywood persona and called himself something that Hogan called himself? Like, I always found an issue with that.
Not in that moment, though. But it was more of Rock's willingness to do that, and he put his ego aside. I mean, that speaks volumes, just how quickly they were able to pivot and do that. So, you know, as far as what both of those moments meant for wrestling, for me, it's the icon versus icon. And then it's burying, you know, the spear. But each one of those moments had created history for what they all represented. So you never seen it before, and they all are just lasting memories.
Okay. Respectable. Yeah, I agree. I think we're all in agreement on this one. All right, Angel, give David his final pushberry fire so we can move on.
All right, Dave. This one is going to be all time throughout their entire career, from beginning to end, or not end. Some of them, two of these people are still wrestling. Taker, Jericho, CM Punk, ring gear.
Oh, ring gear.
Who'd you say? Would you push, bury, and fire between Taker, Chris Jericho, CM Punk, all time in ring gear?
Huh.
And look, in ring,
Man, that's really tough.
Wait, you said in ring?
Yes.
So
in-ring
only
gear.
in ring gear.
Right.
Got it. All right, never mind. Changing my answer.
Man, we're gonna get rid of Chris Jericho because this one really is tough. We're gonna fire him. But Taker is the one that I'm pushing to the moon. I mean, his presence with the various different personas that he was able to create. And CM Punk's is the one that I will, again, you all know I love CM Punk, but Punk's, I'm going to have to bury, at least for this one, because Taker, as you all know, I'm not like the greatest fan for Undertaker. However, his ability to make his adjustments as time goes on has been very influential from time to time. So there hasn't been anyone like him, and I don't think there's going to be anyone moving forward that'll have the same presence of an Undertaker, but at least not for some time. So that'll be my pick for that.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to respectfully disagree with you on this one. Before Angel said in ring gear, I was pushing Undertaker to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
But since he just said in ring gear, I'm firing the Undertaker because all he wore was just all black, or he wore some jeans and a
His
vest
gloves.
when he was there.
Didn't he wrestle in the gloves?
I don't care. Him dressing up like Satan, don't care. Him coming out with his entrances, with everything coming out, iconic, pushing that to the moon. But he said in ring gear only.
Yeah, I did. Right.
So which is part of the reason why you guys think I'm going to push Jericho, but I'm not, because Jericho also had the great jackets, all that stuff. You said in-ring gear, so I'm going to push CM Punk because his Chicago's inspired gear might be a little biased because we're in Chicago, but they have always hit for me. The reason why I'm bearing Jericho is because he fancies himself rock and roll legend, but he has 2 songs that are good and the rest are trash. But a lot of his in-ring gear is shout out to other rock legends and colors, others. So that's why I like that. It's a lot of thought into it. He has some Led Zeppelin ones, like certain things like that, doing calls to his idols. That's why I love. And the Lionheart tights are goated. So just saying. But that's what I would do. All right, that was actually a very fun push, very fire tonight. A lot of out of the box, really funny. Thank you for the rando on TikTok for that WrestleMania moment, which led to my inspired things today. So remember, guys, we clip these the most. So if you see it, comment. We will do your push, berry fire live next week or in the weeks comings. Okay. All right, moving on. Let's break down this WrestleMania card. Before we go, what match? Give me one match that you guys are looking. Don't explain the match. Just tell me which one are you looking forward to the most, and which one you're least looking forward to. Don't go into the match. Just which one's your favorite. Which one do you not care?
Hot take.
Okay.
It's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins with the inclusion of CM Punk. That is what I am most looking forward to. And then the match that I am not looking forward to and I could care less about, it's going to put me to sleep, is going to be the women's championship of I think I said that right. No. The other one with Rhea and
Bex
and Becky. I could
the
care less
Women's
about
World
that.
Championship. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Don't want to see
Angel,
it.
which match are you looking forward to the most, and which one you just don't care about?
Okay, I know the one I don't care about at all. It's gonna be the Logan, Orton, and
oh wow, interesting.
What's the third guy? Isn't there a third guy?
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. Yeah. Like
he clearly doesn't care. He clearly doesn't care,
dude. Like that whole title is. I like Logan Paul a lot, but I mean, RKO's a team. Now they're gonna fight each triple threat. It's just a weird concept. Anyway, which one I'm looking forward to the most? That's really hard. It's gonna be really hard. I'm gonna have to say Drew and Seth as well. I'm not gonna be able to watch that match live, unfortunately. So I'm looking forward to the most because I have to wait the longest to find out what's gonna happen to it.
Damn. We're definitely in agreement. But for who we're looking forward to the most. But I'm only looking forward to it for something else. Once we get there, I will let you guys know what that is. The one I don't really care so much about is the first match we're going to talk about, so I might as well just go into it, is the 3v3 match. Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi versus Damage Control. The only thing I care about in that match is seeing how they're going to make Jade Cargill a star. Other than that, this match is literally thrown together for stars that had nothing else to do on WrestleMania. This will be in the middle of the WrestleMania card, just like, hey, we're going to calm you guys down before we get you back on a high, because that's how WWE books their shows. They start you off high, lower you down a little bit, and then get you back on that high. So like I said, besides Jade Cargill in this match, I do not care. So since we're on it, and since I'm already talking, my prediction is Jade Cargill, Belair, and Naomi will go over versus Damage Control. Gonzo, since we're on this match, why don't you give me your thoughts and your prediction?
My head hurts. I don't know, when was that even announced? It frustrates me that it even is taking place. I'm very upset. I don't know how I missed that.
Was that at the end of SmackDown? I don't remember that either.
Yes, it was announced. Yes.
By who?
I don't know. So
by Nick Aldis.
He came out and said that. I don't.
No, it was
remember.
backstage. It was backstage.
I don't remember any of that. But
after the attack,
I guess,
or before the attack.
I don't remember when, but it would happen. Can we get the prediction?
Okay.
Like, God damn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's blowing my mind too. I'm not gonna lie with you.
Watch the damn show.
Well, it's gonna be the Jade Cargill show. So in typical squash match fashion, she's gonna come in there and wreck everything.
That's exactly what it is. But I mean, you guys watch SmackDown, right?
Again, I missed it. I love SmackDown.
All right, the fact that Jade signed, I love that they kept her music from AEW. I thought that's really dope.
Well, she came on and spoke.
Guitar. She spoke. Laughed. She came. She also came and helped out.
Defended
she decimated. Yeah, Bianca, so that's what's leading to the 3v3 six woman tag. That's what happens. But the only thing about this match is, like I said, is it's love rushed. It's rushed. I don't care. The only thing I do love about this match is that Jade Cargill is finally on the roster. But I also love how WWE is bringing her in. She was brought in at what? What was her debut? The Royal Rumble?
4 months ago.
That was irrelevant.
I'm telling you, it's 4 months ago.
Irrelevant. The Royal Rumble, and now another PLE in WrestleMania. So they're bringing her in and these top tiers, and now she's officially signed SmackDown. And going forward, like I said, new era SmackDown. So I want to see what she does in this match. Other than that, don't care. This match is thrown together, like Gonzo said. Horrible. But those three will go over. Angel, by your nod of disgust, I assume you just agree and you want to go on.
No, I think he's just
I mean,
upset
I'm
at the
excited
irrelevant
to see
comment.
Jade fight finally. I've been wanting that. I kind of wanted to see her fight Bianca. Her being tagging with Bianca is kind of, I guess maybe later on they can like betray each other or something, but I don't know. I don't know why they're facing the tag team champs. It's just weird. I don't even remember this announcement. I watched it on DVR. Maybe when it came back from commercial break, he said it as it was coming back, and
Angel tends to fast forward shit, so he doesn't.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but whatever.
But this is everyone's least favorite match. 100%.
I'm excited to see Jade.
That's it. I'm just excited for her entrance and her to squash everyone, and she looks like superhuman, and that's it.
Let's go into Angel's
huge.
Yes, let's go into Angel's favorite match topic right now.
All right. Well, we're gonna let Angel lead off on this one. The WWE United States Championship match is a triple threat match. Logan Paul defending against Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Angel, take us through this rivalry or lack thereof, and give us your prediction.
Logan Paul punches somebody with some brass knuckles and wins.
All right then, Gonzo.
Yeah, Logan Paul's gonna retain.
All right. Yeah. Very quick segment.
Yeah. Next.
Very quick segment.
I love Randy Orton, by the way. He's one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, but yeah, it was a waste
it's going
of
to
time.
be one of the safest matches of the entire night. You got two amazing workers that are going to make Logan Paul look extremely good.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was going to say. That's the only reason why those two are in this match. This title is not changing hands. This is to further legitimize Logan Paul, and that's all it is. Logan
Brass
Paul
knucks, baby. He needs a catchphrase now in order to go with those knuckles.
All right, brother versus brother, Jey Uso. Main event, Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. Lead us into the rivalry and give us your predictions. Bloodline part one. Gonzo, give me your prediction and what do you think about this rivalry overall?
I'll say night one match. It's going to start off the show. That's going to be Avenger versus Hydra or whatever it is that you want to refer to them now. It doesn't really matter. But that one's going to, I honestly think this is going to tear the house down in a variety of different ways. So they've been teasing Rikishi as well, somehow being involved with this. And I'm eager to see this because, again, it's going to add to the story of what we're going to see later in the evening and then also for day 2. So
who wins?
Main event, Jay is not going to win. No, I lied. I'm gonna take that back. He is gonna win. He's gonna go over on his brother. So it's gonna, again, there's gonna be interference or something wild is gonna happen, but somehow Jay's gonna pull it off.
All right, Angel.
I see the Bloodline sweeping the first night, just obliterating everyone in their path.
Wow.
Jay's gonna lose.
Black Order
Jimmy's
style.
Jimmy it's like Infinity War. They're winning the whole first part of this. Night 1 is Infinity War. Everyone's getting collapsed. That's not Bloodline. Doesn't matter who comes out. Doesn't matter who's getting saved. Jay's losing. If Solo comes out, whatever the hell happens. It might even DQ. I don't even know. Is this just a singles match? Is there any?
Yeah, it's just a singles match. Yeah,
they might just DQ it. It's either Jimmy winning or a DQ because everyone just starts going. It's a haymaker frenzy of people coming out, possibly just to tease us even more. Real quick, the referees will be out there real fast. Get back.
Okay.
The whole ordeal.
All right. My prediction, number 1, good call on Gonzo with Rikishi. I think Rikishi is somehow involved, considering his sons are fighting each other. Number 2, I'm going to have to disagree with Angel. They will be on I don't think they're going to do a clean sweep. I think this is a match that main event Jay has to win to finally set himself apart and close that chapter of the Bloodline to be a main event star alone, no bloodline ties, no nothing, because that's what you need. Because the guy's so over, it's time for him to do something with his own career that has nothing to do with the bloodline whatsoever. So I think he finally closes that chapter, and many of these bloodline chapters are going to get closed at this PLE.
He has to participate in bloodline stuff immediately after.
He will, but that has nothing to do with himself going past it. I 100% agree with you. The Avengers have to align, all that stuff. But this one, he's winning 100%. I would agree with you if they were doing something with Jimmy Uso, but he does nothing. So furthering this
even more
story,
so make
furthering the story does nothing. Because unless you're gonna continue their feud and go to like SummerSlam or something and whatever, then I could see what you're saying. But as of right now, outside the bloodline, this guy, nothing. Like nothing's intriguing. He's not over. No character. Nothing. So that's just me. But we'll see. Going into my second least intriguing match, LA Knight, versus AJ Styles. Gonzo, take me through the feud. Give me your prediction.
AJ Styles has been teasing that he's going to come out to new music. So I'm actually intrigued to see what he comes out to. His SmackDown performance was very lackluster this past Friday. I am still a very big fan of LA Knight. Yeah. So LA Knight goes over. This is going to be probably a 20-minute clinic where LA Knight's going to look good. AJ is going to do his part to make sure that he elevates him.
Okay, Angel?
No, AJ Styles is winning this because LA Knight can lose for the next 10 matches in a row at every main event or every PLE, and he's still going to be over. So AJ needs to win this more than LA Knight does. And they'll just continue to have this back and forth until, one of them prevails and goes for a title run or something. But AJ Styles winning this.
I agree with Angel. AJ Styles is winning this match. I think they did a good job, even though the rivalry has been rushed. I think they made a good job making it really personal the past couple weeks, which that's definitely intriguing. I loved that brawl at his home in the lawn when they got arrested. I thought that was awesome. But WWE Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash, is right after this, obviously. And we need some of these stories to carry over, and this is one of them. This feud will not be over. AJ Styles goes over, but the feud will continue into WrestleMania Backlash. So, yeah. All right, next up. Wait, yeah.
Oh, real quick, you gotta give some props to LA Knight for that disguise attack he did. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. When he was by the announce desk, right?
Yeah, that was pretty. He had the wig on, the hat.
Yep.
He pretended he grabbed that crazy fan and
Yeah, that was
tricked him. That was pretty
good.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. I agree. Definitely. All right. Going into the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championship 6-pack ladder match. Holy crap, that was a lot to say. All right, so we have
Sheesh.
the Judgment Day defending against DIY, Awesome Truth, New Day, A-Town Down Under, and New Catch Republic. Not really much of a feud here. This is literally the only one that really has anything that has to do with a feud would have to be maybe R-Truth and Miz. Other than that, like I said, it's a 6-pack. But take me through this, Gonzo, and your prediction, please.
The awesome truth is that R-Truth and The Miz will be your new undisputed tag team champions at the end of this night. And that's all I have to say on that.
Okay. Angel, A-OK Gaming.
He's upset with me. He's already shaking
No.
his head.
I'm not upset with you. You said what's gonna happen, and I'm not happy about it. I don't like awesome. I don't want Awesome Truth to win. I don't know. I don't think it's good for the business. Awesome Truth is cool. It's fun. I don't think they're tag team champion relevancy. I think they're gonna.
Former tag team champions.
That's great. Not right now. It's not. It's not for. First off, it's this combined tag team, this universal, whatever you want to call it, undisputed tag team championship, right? Both belts go to the winner, right? Or am I wrong?
Oh, you're right.
There's no reason to have gimmicky champs that hold 2 belts. That makes no sense. I think Judgment Day is losing, and they're gonna lose to Awesome Truth. That's it. Like, it's ruined this match. It's ruined this title, in my opinion. Also, the Street Profits should have won. I don't know why A-Town Down is in this match. They should not be in this match.
Well, Angel's really going to hate me. He's really going to hate me.
I like Austin Theory, but they should not be in this. The Street Profits performed so much better than them on Friday. It was ridiculous.
I 1,000,000% agree.
The Street Profits are not a great, I know, like, fan favorite. They don't really talk that great, but in ring, they look amazing together. But, whatever.
They got what they deserved.
So who wins?
Who wins? Awesome Truth wins, bro. Awesome Truth.
Okay,
Yay.
all right.
Yeah, can't wait for the next.
Yay!
Excuse me. It is my turn. So I'm gonna kind of save this for you guys with my prediction to make it a little more interesting, but Angel's still not gonna like it. I want to go back because this has to do with my prediction. Mitchell asked, are they ever going to split the tag team titles? And I think, yes, they do it at WrestleMania. Okay. We get 2 winners of this tag team match.
Okay.
One winner's going to grab 1 belt for the whatever show they're on, and at the same time, and the other winner's going to grab the title belt for the other show. And who are those winners going to be?
New Catch Republic.
The Awesome Truth for Raw. And A-Town Down Under for SmackDown. Those are my picks to win this.
I don't hate it.
Ladder
I
tag
just don't
team
think they
match.
should be in the match. That's all. Street Profits got robbed.
It is time to split the tag team championships. There's no point in making them undisputed. And this is the perfect time to do it, to make this match way more interesting than what it is.
So give it to 2 teams that
2 teams at the same time.
Okay. Got it.
That's right.
2 teams that barely fight together. Sweet.
2 teams that are over. So it's what it is, man. It doesn't matter in WWE. You know that.
That's what's up.
What's up. Yeah. Anyway,
I like that. Look at you. All right, moving on to the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Gunther defending against Sami Zayn. Gonzo, take us through the rivalry and your prediction.
You mean Hulkamania? Oh, sorry. Sami Zayn right now as he continues to Hulk up.
Oh, thank you, Derek. I just want
to
thank you. I appreciate
he's so smart and handsome. Look at that.
Thank you.
How thoughtful.
That's why I'm the kingpin. You know what I'm saying? So, go on.
As far as the rivalry, I mean, Sami Zayn, I look him as, Hulk Hogan right now. He can't be stopped. He's the underdog.
He just lost.
Where did he lose? Bronson.
On Monday, he just lost.
That was an anomaly.
He got annihilated. We saw it live. We saw it live, ladies and
That was
gentlemen.
an anomaly. So they had to stop his momentum
Hulk
somehow.
Hogan don't lose on Raw, bro. Just say.
They had to cool him off. But again, this is literally how they're starting to build Mr. Sami Zayn, because prior to that loss, when did Sami Zayn lose?
Sammy Sosa. What the fuck?
Sammy Sosa.
Okay. Sammy just lost and he got annihilated.
Yeah.
So
But prior to that is what I'm saying. They made him look really, really good, right?
he's
And I mean,
lost, with the exception of winning the
I'm still bitter that he even ran through that gauntlet and
with
won.
the exception of
So
him winning that gauntlet, he has lost.
I want him to be embarrassed. I want him to get chopped to where all the blood vessels in his chest are broken to the point where they have to stop the match because he has internal bleeding. That's what I want.
So you're saying Gunther
goes over
retains. Okay.
in dominating fashion is what I want.
Angel?
All right.
Yeah. And then Braun Breaker and him at SummerSlam. And Breaker goes over. That's what I want.
Okay.
Different shows.
Let's
Angel?
get out of fantasy world and let's get into reality of what's been told, the story that's been told so far.
Excuse me. That's very rude.
Excuse me.
Hold on 1 second.
Derek just stole my thunder right here a little bit.
Here you go.
Chad Gable is going to turn heel, and Sammy is about to win this match, and Chad Gable will stop that win, and then he will get chopped to death like Gonzo wants.
Okay.
And lose because of Chad Gable, and they will have a rivalry, and Gunther just moves on to whoever actually will beat him one day. But it'll be Sammy and Chad for the next few months.
Okay. Anything you want to add? Nope.
No.
Back to Fantasyland, Mark.
It's not Fantasyland. Gunther is going to win this match in dominating fashion, like Gonzo says. But this feud, basically, it's been making it seem as though Sami Zayn is the clear-cut underdog and has an uphill battle, which is why he's losing these matches, which is why Bronson Reed absolutely annihilated him on Monday Night Raw. And you need matches to carry over to WWE Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash, and this is one of them. Sammy will get his rematch in Puerto Rico, WWE WrestleMania Backlash against Gunther. That's all I have to say on the matter. In regards to this is my fear. If one of my prediction doesn't happen, I truly believe Damian Priest is cashing in on WrestleMania, and it's not on a world title or a undisputed Universal Championship. I think it's on this whoever wins this Intercontinental Championship or inserts himself, unfortunately, just because he has to. That's my prediction. Sorry. All right. Moving on. The Women's World Championship match. Rhea Ripley defending against Becky Lynch. Gonzo, feud, and prediction.
Well, the feud has been lackluster. I've been seeing more of Becky Lynch than I have of Mommy. So Mommy makes her appearances, little here, little there. But to keep it short, Becky is the one that's going to go over in this match, unfortunately.
Becky?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
can you give us a why?
Yeah. Please elaborate.
The way that they've been building Becky at this point with running through Nia Jax and running through all these women to go through the chamber match, to do what she's been doing, to eliminate Liv Morgan, all of these superstars. I mean, she has the buildup to display that she can dethrone Rhea Ripley, right? So in traditional boss manner, the main person that has the title is not really doing too much. They're not really training. They're doing the bare minimum. And you are having the other that is running a gauntlet, just knocking people off left and right. And it's through that hardship that determination is going to put her over the top. So that would, without going too much into it, I mean, that's kind of like the storytelling that I have seen up until this point. As much as I don't like it, because I love Mommy, I see Becky Lynch going over at Mania.
Angel?
Gotcha. Yeah, I was looking at it a little bit similarly with Becky. Her, not that she's going over with the gauntlet she's gone through, but the stories that they've been telling of I'm fighting for it, and Rhea saying, I want you at 100% when I beat you. I don't want excuses. There's like something there that's strange. I don't know why they keep going back. It's kind of like the Seth thing with McIntyre. This is like the women's version of it, where Seth's doing too much, but he's the champ, and he shouldn't be doing as much. And then you have the opposite side for this match, where Becky is doing too much, but she's the challenger. Based on that, I'm going to go the opposite way of Gonzo. I think Rhea just wins. It'll probably be a pretty long match. Or at least they'll try to make it as long as they can. They probably got to leave a lot of room for that tag team that we're going to end this first night with. So I can see that, it going as long as it can as a title match, because Becky never has a short match. She gets her ass whooped for a long time. Rhea, she got her ass whooped by Nia last time at Chamber. So I see this as a long gauntlet match ending with Rhea winning.
I don't really see it going that long.
Oh,
I
really?
I think they're gonna. I don't think it's gonna be short. I don't think it's gonna be a squash match like Derek wants, but I think it's gonna be a quicker match than usual. And I think they're gonna play into the part where Becky did too much, and Rhea's gonna feed off that and be like, "This is why you weren't prepared, and this is why Rhea's going to dominate her for the most part." Not a squash match, but I feel like she's gonna have a dominant victory overall, and Rhea will retain. Right. Anything you guys want to add before I move on?
Did Rhea fight a lot before Chamber?
No.
Okay. All right. That's it.
No one cares about Liv Morgan. Just want to throw that out there. WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky champion defending against Bayley. Gonzo, take us through it. Give me your prediction.
This is one of the matches I've been most anticipating. The story is there. It's been there. So Bayley goes over. As far as Io Sky, the vignettes that they've been displaying, right, very similar to Shinsuke Nakamura. So you have a variety of different elements here where you have both of the individuals actively engaged, where they're each doing something. There's a vignette, there's physical attacks, there's matches, there's inclusion, right? And so the ability to sprinkle in the inclusion of both the challenger and the champion has been very fulfilling for me to see. And I actually do like that as well.
Oh. My heart. Go on, Angel.
This is one of those matches where you cannot have the obvious winners in every single match of WrestleMania or PLE in general. I think everyone wants Bayley to win, but I just see Io pulling it off, whether it be from help or whatever case may be. But I think Io wins this match, and this continues on even longer to a backlash type situation that Marc was talking about. And Bayley just can't pull it off, not even at WrestleMania.
I don't agree with that, just because with this random 3v3 tag team handicap match that Aldis created out of nowhere, Jade Cargill is going to squish and squash everybody. So there's not really going to be anyone there to help cheat in order to make sure that that title retains. That's really the reason I want to lean more into Bayley winning. I don't know if that match doesn't get introduced, the 3v3, Io potentially winning, I would definitely would say that there's a more likelihood to that. But then again, the surprise factor of Io pulling it off and winning possibly clean, or hitting Bayley with her own pipe somehow, that would be pretty hysterical, right?
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, it's a 50-50, but I just don't. I feel like everything we've gone with so far has been kind of typical. If they go the routes have said as a group, we've only disagreed on. Have we disagreed on anything?
The United States tag team and Mommy.
Yeah, but
the tag team championships.
I just don't see Io win, or Bayley winning this one.
Okay, I'm gonna pull for both of you guys. I feel like you guys both make some very interesting points. What I'm saying is, though, if you look at the rivalry and the backstage, little skits that we've had, we've seen people coming in support of Bayley, but then we've had people saying, hey, why are we supporting? People meaning Bianca Belair. Why are we supporting this chick? why are we helping her? She made my life a living hell for 2 years. Naomi hasn't been there for 2 years. She was Trinity in TNA and, doing all her stuff. I think Angel had it right. I think people are going to interfere. But ultimately, I don't think she's not going to lose this match. I do think Angel's on the nose where it will still continue. Much like we're going to get kind of an Avenger type deal for the tag team match or the Cody Rhodes. I think this is another one of those type of matches. I think Bayley returns to her hugger gimmick and the crowd's just going to go absolutely insane. She hasn't had a title in about 3.5 years. So I think it's time for her to get it back, but the story will not be over. I think she gets some help fighting against the Kabuki Warriors and, all them. And people come to her defense to basically further that she's back.
Who would that be, Naomi?
That would be Naomi, Belair, and
Jade.
Possibly even Jade Cargill.
Why would Bianca help her if she's not wanting
Because she would support Naomi.
She would support Naomi and her going over and then her rivalry with the Kabuki Warriors. It all just makes sense.
Okay.
Because she's been so adamant on TV stating I'm not helping her to now finally going to help her. Just like everyone was so adamant on I'm not accepting main event Jay, and all of a sudden everyone started helping him. Same type of deal. And that's how I feel like Bayley will win. And I think they'll get a rematch right away at Backlash as well. So
gotcha.
That's me. All right. The greatest tag team match of all time. The Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Bloodline of The Rock and Roman Reigns. Stipulation: if the Bloodline wins, the title match becomes Bloodline Rules, which is just another, no DQ match. And if Seth and Cody wins, everyone is banned from ringside. What happens?
It depends when Rollins has his title match, because there's going to be a lot of intriguing dynamics as to how this could work out. So
we already know how it's going to happen. We already said night 1 is the main event, is this tag team match. Night 2, they're opening up Seth and Drew. They already said it.
Oh, they said that already? Okay.
Yep.
Well, there goes a couple of my theories then. Well, the final boss is winning. There you go.
Okay.
100%.
So I have a little bit more theory that I want to throw in here with this.
Okay.
Again, as I said earlier, Bloodline goes and sweeps this night. Not only that, you have to have night 2's main event, Bloodline Rules, because there's just going to be so much involved.
Yep.
The whole nobody at ringside, and then what? Another DQ win. Like, I think Cody and Seth should lose on purpose. Like, you don't want another DQ win. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Agreed.
So you're gonna have Bloodline Rules night 2. It has to happen. So you can have all this stuff happen. You're gonna see Cody either getting beat with the belt, the Mama Rhodes belt, or him taking the Mama Rhodes belt back, beating Rock with it, beating Roman with it, winning with the Mama Rhodes belt. So night 1, 100% Rock and Roman win. How they win, Solo, Jimmy, who knows?
Agreed.
They'll be winning the first night. So maybe
100% agree.
McIntyre probably comes out, beats the hell out of Seth when he gets a chance.
McIntyre did meet with Paul Heyman.
Yeah, he did in the background.
That's why I said one of my alternate realities was that the Rollins match goes first, and that Damian Priest ultimately would cash in his title opportunity, winning that title. Drew gets pissed because Punk screws over Rollins / Drew in some type of capacity, where then Priest comes in. And because of that, that's where Drew would find his way, come into that tag match, doing something, as we typically would see, one of the Usos or the Samoan Spike, but it would be Drew that would cost Rollins, because it won't be Cody that would get pinned. It's got to be Rollins. Rollins has to be the one that gets pinned in this match. And so that was one of my fascinating creative ideas.
We're dealing with reality here, so
but the reality again with this is that Rollins is going to be the one that's going to be pinned or submitted. You're not going to see Cody in that position.
You still have part of your prediction that very well can happen. Drew McIntyre could play some role, which would lead into the night 2 of their main event, which is opening the show. I mean, you're not 100 billion% wrong. It's just not going to happen where that title match is taking place night one, because it's already been saying, even in Cody's promo, he said, after I win the main event with the tag team with Cody Rhodes, and I'm going to beat you at night two. Like, he already said it. So that's just unfortunately the deal there. But moving on, I 100% agree with Angel and you guys. We all know who's winning this match. It has to be Bloodline Rules for the Avengers to assemble. So, World Heavyweight Championship match: Seth Rollins defending against Drew McIntyre. Take me through the rivalry.
Well, I just kind of told you my outcome for that, so you can shift it over to Angel then.
So you still think that they're cashing in? He's cashing in?
Yeah, I think the reality is Drew's going to win somehow, some way, but overall, or it could be turned into a triple threat match, to be truthful with you. You know, Drew doesn't get the opportunity to win, is that Priest comes out, very similar to how we seen NXT, where you had Roxanne versus Lyra, and then all of a sudden that type of cash in occurs to where then it becomes a triple threat match. You could possibly see something like that, right?
Who ultimately leaves World Heavyweight Champion?
Priest. Could you imagine the irony with that, to where I am the savior of WrestleMania and ultimately Drew can't get it done? And then
I've been wanting that to happen. I've been saying that was going to happen. But then after that fucking promo that we had about a month ago of him teasing cashing in, now I'm convinced that's not going to happen.
That would be pretty cool. There's a lot that you could do with that.
I really hope
people
so.
Over left and right.
100%. I hope it goes that route, because I hate cash-ins. I'm sorry. I hate the only cash-in on a mid-card belt, and I don't ever want to see it again. But with all the teases, it seems like that's the route for Damian Priest. But it is what it is. Angel, your prediction?
I think it's just going to be a 3-man show with Punk, McIntyre, and Seth. I don't really... The Bloodline might get involved here because there's some sort of deals being cut with the Wise Man. Maybe Solo comes out and then Punk hits him with something kind of deal, just because he doesn't like McIntyre, but he doesn't like Seth either. I don't know. It's weird. But in my opinion, I think McIntyre still pulls out the win. I think Seth loses. He's too distracted, has too much on his plate, just came back from injury. McIntyre's on fire. He comes out with the belt some way, somehow. How it happens and the fashion it happens, I don't really think really matters at this point. Punk will be involved somewhat, obviously. He's on the ringside, right? So McIntyre's walking out with the belt, for sure.
I agree with you. I just want to touch on their rivalry. I think their rivalry has not really been, a focal point because of all the Bloodline stuff, but I felt like they did the best of what they had. And obviously Drew McIntyre has been an absolute savage. With that being said, the majority of his promos have been directed towards Punk as opposed to Seth Rollins, which is kind of like making the match not as special, because we're all expecting.
Well, doesn't it look like he's pretty much setting up future PLEs? He's promoting stuff that hasn't even been put together.
Well, that's
yet.
what that
feels like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why the match itself hasn't really been special, because we're all in agreement that what's happening, CM Punk's going to be involved in some type of way. It hasn't been, 100%. It hasn't been Seth and Drew. It's been Seth with the Bloodline, Drew begging for Seth for his attention, but going at Punk. And with that being said, I think Angel kind of hit it on the nose. I think Bloodline will have some type of involvement. And the little involvement that CM Punk is because how Angel and I went to Raw, where kind of CM Punk and Seth Rollins are kind of sort of on the same page, and he helps Seth Rollins in regards to keeping it one-on-one, but ultimately Drew walks out champion.
Agreed. That's how I see it too. Yeah.
But yeah. All right. Final match, the undisputed WWE Universal Championship match. Roman Reigns defending against Cody Rhodes for the second year in a row. Gonzo, break it down. Give me your prediction.
God. There's going to be a lot of stuff that's going to happen. The final boss, probably one of my favorite iterations of The Rock, where I've actually cared. There's a level of seriousness that finally board member Johnson has delivered, outside of talking about Fruity Pebbles and fantasy booking. Oh, I thought you were raising your hand.
I am raising my hand. Final boss is on AEW. Go on.
Well, good thing I don't watch that show. So my final boss is currently on WWE, and he's a board member.
Oh, here's still gimmicks.
Being said,
but all right, yep.
Well, for all we know, he probably paid for the gimmick.
This is true.
Probably paid for the gimmick. Just throwing that out there as a possibility.
Also, now I'm putting it up.
L for love.
What does this mean?
Love.
Go on.
L for love. So the Mama Rhodes belt, definitely, as Angel was saying, we're going to see that. That's going to play a pivotal role for sure. You're going to see Mama Rhodes at ringside. You're going to see The Rock purposely bring over who knows what to definitely taunt. And there's going to be a lot of bloodline interference. There's going to be these ridiculous kickouts. There's going to be 10 spears that are going to be delivered. You're going to have, again, the pedigree used, and there's going to be probably a kick out. There's going to be the super crossroads that's going to take place. There's going to be 4 of those. It's going to be a gigantic spectacle, Fast and Furious 11 style. I know they said they're going to stop at 10, but you have WWE productive. You also have The Rock's productive team in this. It is going to be a gigantic spectacular that's probably going to take about 48 minutes to have a conclusion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for sure. I think it's going to take up a huge amount of the second night. Like, it's going to be a crazy amount. Might maybe the biggest, longest match of all time. Sorry, I just wanted to say.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's me just being super creative in fantasy world. I love staying there.
No, yeah. No matter what your fantasy is, that's going to happen time-wise for sure. I agree with you 100%.
100%.
And
who wins?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Do you have anything else you wanted to add to the match, or you're done with the fantasy stuff?
I guess the way that I'm going to see this go over is that you're going to have Cody Rhodes with blood coming down his face, raising that title over his head. And it's going to be Cody Rhodes that wins this title. And that's what we're going to announce it as. As to how it's going to happen, I can't even begin to piece together how that's going to take place. I really don't know. And that's what I'm most excited about, to be truthful with you.
All right, Angel.
All right. Getting into my
take me on this ride.
I'm getting into my Gonzo fantasy train right here.
That's fine. Come on over.
I got 2 Gonzo fantasies going on right now in my head.
Oh God, here we go. All right.
It's a fun place to be.
Fantasy 1 is not really that much craziness. It's been said a lot. I think you guys have heard this before. So we're going all the way back to when the Great One showed himself for the first time. And and Cody told Roman, I want to take everything from you. And we're going to go with fantasy land of this has all been a scheme by Mr. Rhodes. Even him getting the hell beat out of him on Raw in front of us was all part of the show. In reality, Rock has been working with Cody the entire time.
Okay.
On Sunday night, Rock will turn on the bloodline, take his place as the true head of the table. People have been referencing that a little bit. Who's the true head of the table? He acknowledged him like this. And somehow, some way, rather, in the flurry of that match, however long it takes, Rock beat the hell out of everybody. When it comes down to pin time, Rocky will be involved in ending Roman's reign. That's theory 1.
I see what he did there. It's good fun.
That's theory 1. Cody wins. Theory 2. Unfortunately, well, I'll get to that point. Theory 2. This will be an insane, crazy match that will involve the Bloodline, the Cody Avengers, as well as the entirety of the Judgment Day, and maybe even more superstars. We might see literally the entire rosters coming out here. Not entire rosters, but everyone that's been involved with this story in one way or another coming out here. You might even see Austin Theory and these guys coming out here. We don't know. But I see Priest cashing in with the Judgment Day. Their entirety coming out, and this match becoming a literally all hell breaking loose, like an insurrection moment where it's just all over the place. And in that mania and that craziness, rather it be Judgment Day breaking up because they're not in a good place right now, the way we saw Mysterio helping without telling them, Maria not understanding what's going on. I mean, Finn can flip on Priest. This is going to be insane. I feel like there's going to be so much happening if this comes true. All in all, though, in the flurry of it all, Cody finds a way to win this match, get Roman down, pinning him regardless of Priest being involved, making this a triple threat. And it's already we already said bloodline rules between all of us. So in that craziness, Cody still wins in the end of this no matter what. But those are my two ways of how it can happen.
Kind of like that. I kind of like basically I wouldn't say like the entire locker room, but I would say
no,
like
not the entire. Whoever's been involved with this story is what I mean.
Anyone who's ever faced Roman or involved in their antics,
and the Judgment Day pieces with it too.
Kind of like gets their payback against Roman and the Bloodline. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I don't know if it'll go that way. I still think,
Brock
unfortunately,
Lesnar makes an appearance to help the Avengers.
It's kind of like the idea I had earlier. I've told you guys about like this lumberjack match idea where it might just be everyone sitting outside. It might not even be Priest cashing in, but if it's not Priest cashing in and making this a triple threat with his whole crew jumping in there, it might just be everyone outside making sure no one gets in even though it's bloodline rules, it might just become at the end of it, it might just become one-on-one. Nobody's helping anybody because there's too many people out there to.
You also said Cody's winning, right? Did you make your official?
I have Cody winning both.
Okay.
Of my theories that I said. Yeah.
Okay.
So I have Cody walking out with the belt.
I have Roman Reigns. What? No, I'm just kidding. So like I said, Angel, I like it. I like his idea. I don't think it's gonna go that way. I think ultimately, Cody Rhodes is gonna kick out like 5 times. And his brother Goldust is gonna be involved in some way. He's definitely gonna be the final Avenger. Captain America or whoever your favorite Avenger is. He's gonna be that guy. Iron Man, whatever the hell, to ultimately help him win. Cody's 100% winning. There's nothing really more to add. I would love to have fucking Damian Priest just come out when Cody's there crying in the middle of it because he has history with Cody. Just him crying and he finally did confetti and shit, and all of a sudden they come out. I would even like him failing the cash in at that point because at least he cashed in on a main event.
Wouldn't he have to come out with his entire crew?
Yes, but Cody has his crew
already.
Too.
That's what I'm saying. So it'd still be a crew versus crew situation.
That's how I personally, if we're going Davis route of fantasy booking, is I would just love, like I said, Cody to finally prevail in a 48-minute spectacle, and he's crying in the middle of the ring with confetti, and all of a sudden Damian Priest's music hits, and Cody has to fight one more time. I would actually prefer that, even if Damian is a failure, just because he cashed in on the right title. But I don't see that happening. I think the only surprise that we're going to get, which is not even really a surprise considering he's on TikTok saying fuck The Rock, but Goldust comes from AEW and helps him. But Cody finally gets his flowers. He wins. He's going to be the face of the company. I do think The Rock turns. That is 100%. I think that is going to happen.
If he turns, it has to be the moment for the win, though, right? Don't you think? Like he can't just turn. And then it's like, oh, we're still fighting. Like it's got to be the end.
Yeah,
turning.
I think that 100% is happening because I think that was supposedly supposed to be the thing overall, where he was never supposed to be a heel. They just ran with it because of how pissed the Cody Crybabies were, So, but yeah, Cody Rhodes winning, finally ending the historic reign. But the bloodline lives on with other members because they have other members that are signed with the company now. Just saying. That wraps up the WrestleMania prediction, unless you guys have anything you want to add. Overall, final thought.
Cowboy Lesnar is going to be the Hulk in this whole thing.
Better not.
Why do you keep bringing that guy up? I don't understand.
I don't know. Like, seriously.
He has attachments with Roman.
I'm about to mute him.
Why would they even mess with that, though? Like,
it's another individual that is associated with the bloodline history, and also
he's
Lesnar.
Associated with the Vince McMahon
so
indictment.
you're saying after he destroyed Cody in 3 matches, he's gonna go and back up Cody now?
Why not? If he hates Roman Reigns that much and he hates the wise man that much, why wouldn't he?
Because per his contract, he cannot get involved in any type of bloodline business while Roman Reigns is champion until Roman Reigns officially loses that championship. So
But
that's why he can't.
that's the old regime. This is now TKO.
That is no.
Contract
Board
still
member
holds,
Johnson.
though.
The contract's still there, dude.
Board
Yeah.
member
That's
Johnson can do whatever he wants as he turns
I can't with this guy.
in my fantasy booking. Could you imagine?
Angel, final thoughts without bringing up criminals?
Yeah. I think if Roman does win, I was trying to think of ways Roman pulls off a win here. I feel like Cody just has so much going for him as far as like our theories. If Roman wins, I think the only way he really pulls this off, the wise man will be somehow the reason he wins, because everybody's looking at everyone else, but nobody's marking up the wise man. I feel like he will be the difference maker in a Roman win.
If Roman
He'll pull that
wins,
off.
he's 1,000,000,000% beating Bruno Sammartino.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's, and I don't know what's gonna happen from here for Cody. That's the part that's scary. If
He
Cody
just signed that
loses-
contract extension, so he cannot lose.
And the Rock's, and what did Roman and Rock stipulation? He can never go for the title again.
Yep.
Is that the stipulation?
Yep.
As long as Roman has it.
Yep.
Oof, that's gonna be a long time. That's gonna be a while. Cody's gonna be jobbing for a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't know. I doubt it, but I think
Tag
we're all
team
in
title
agreement.
runs for Cody coming with his brother. That's
So
what we're
I
looking
didn't.
at, the Rhodes brothers.
Yeah, I didn't have this on the docket, but just because I saw it before the show started. But apparently, there's a WrestleMania surprise that is really, really hush hush. You guys have any predictions on what that is without bringing up the criminal, Gonzo?
Like a surprise guest or surprise.
They don't know what it is. If it's a surprise match, a guest, a segment, no one knows. It's real hush hush. But apparently, there's a surprise.
Right.
Yeah, we said that he's gonna help him. It's not really a hot take, especially since he's saying "fuck the Rock" on TikTok.
Kingpin said that he was going to come back. Yeah. I
But
don't
yeah,
know about surprises. The only thing that I saw that was interesting, and I kind of brought it up over my theory earlier, this whole idea that, and I think you've probably seen it. It's a crazy idea, but that Finn switched briefcases. Have you seen that theory?
So you think like Finn has the briefcase?
That's what people are saying, that when Priest actually cashes it in, the contract's not going to be in there. You're going to see him cash in, give it to the ref. He's going to open it, and there's nothing going to be in there. And Finn actually still has it, and he will turn. You see the Judgment Day's cracking as we see, and Finn is going to cash in because remember, his shoulder's the reason why he lost his title.
Yep, I would love that.
He got hurt in that match, and he lost his title the next night, I believe.
He had to relinquish it. He didn't lose it.
Relinquish it, right. So there's a theory that might happen that was kind of surprising. But as far as a person showing up, I got nothing. Yeah.
Gonzo?
Vince McMahon shows up.
Oh,
okay,
God,
this fucking guy.
You're obsessed with him.
He's muted, bro. He's muted. Like I can't deal with him right now.
Do you want like the FBI?
Like I just don't understand this
Like,
guy, bro. Like holy shit.
I really P Diddy to show up too, I'm sure.
Clearly, like, oh my god. All right, I really don't have a prediction either. The only thing I could say was maybe Rikishi and other of the Bloodline making their debuts in some way to make this whole Bloodline Rules war, which would support Angel's theory of like other people that was involved in the Bloodline, because they did sign a few other of that family, and supposedly they're not going to NXT. So maybe something like that.
What if you get the entirety of the Bloodline? Like you get Nia coming out, you get
that'd be cool.
The Rock's daughter coming out, you get like this crazy amount of bloodline, like the family that we've been,
that'd be really cool.
And they're all standing together like a freaking monstrous enemy. That'd be pretty cool to see.
It would be really cool. So, but all right, I have nothing else. All right, guys. So that pretty much concludes our WrestleMania pre-show. Went a lot longer than I thought we were gonna do, but it was a very good show with you guys. I love doing it with you guys. Next week, obviously WrestleMania, NXT Stand and Deliver, all in the same weekend. I don't know if we're all going to be together, but we're going to try to do 2 shows immediately following each night of WrestleMania. if we can. Just be on the lookout for announcements. But the plan is right now is night 1 with, I think, Angel. If David can attend, then we'll have the full crew. And night 2 with Gonzo, because Angel decides to take cruises in the worst time in wrestling. So
not
sure to spam him with spoilers for his punishment. Feel free to tag him in winners. Whatever you want to do, A-OK Gaming on all social media for night 2. But yeah, that's the plan as it stands. We might have a double show. We'll see what happens. We'll let you guys know. Gonzo, why don't you tell everybody where they could find you so we can peace out.
Fantasyland booking is potentially what I'm going to change my name to here moving forward.
Yeah, clearly.
I think that has a wonderful taste to it. But in the meantime,
Fantasy
we are
book
still
over.
going to be raising _personalities, but stay tuned because there could be a potential name change.
Yeah, clearly. Might as well at this point. Repackage.
My purpose for my content is to trigger my 2 fellow co-hosts as much as I possibly can. And when I am serious, they still call me a liar. So I think that's what most of my content is these days. So you can definitely find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And so that's where you can find me as of right now.
A-OK?
Amazing. You can find me on all social medias, specifically on Twitch Gaming, and on TikTok at _OK Gaming. Catch me on there, YouTube, hanging out with these guys. Hopefully I'll definitely watch night 1 with Marc, and hopefully we can do something together after that first night. And then night 2, I'm
long
screwed. I'm
weekend
embarrassed.
of wrestling. Yeah, he should be embarrassed. Once again, everybody tag him in night 2 so we can piss him off for taking a vacation during the most important time in pro wrestling. What are you streaming these days, Angel? Let them know.
Oh man, right now grinding MLB The Show. Back hopping on Siege. Those have been the 2 major games I've been able to get on right now. It's been a busy time for me recently, but still grinding away MLB, playing co-op with Derek, the guy who's in chat, or catching me. Yep, there he is. Playing with him or anyone else. You catch me playing FIFA as well, or FC. Those are going to be my main games right now during this season. But I always play different stuff. I'm a variety gamer depending on what the season is. But yeah.
All right, cool. And you guys know where to find me. The Pro Wrestling Kingpin on all social media. Be sure to follow, like, comment on those posts, especially the Pushberry Fires. We will air them on the shows for you. But until then, we'll see you next week, hopefully double time. And thank you guys for watching once again. Peace.